this world, and they will utilize the skills you're going to have in this course, if that makes sense. So obviously one is the coders, the developers, the software engineers. Somebody used a word earlier, being a builder. I love that word. As if that's a word that you feel describes you, I think that's fundamentally what programming is a lot. It's building things. It's almost like being a carpenter, except with, I mean, you're constructing things. So that's a fundamental, like, core value that, in addition to the skills and the talents, there's a passion for building that a lot of people who are coders, developers have. So here's a term, product specialists. This, and I'll just pick on the fellow in the back here. You have a literature degree, right?
Yes.
Maybe you're a future coder, but I worked with a lot of folks, and I actually was this role for a number of years. This is a guy who works with developers. He's kind of a middleman. He works with the customer and the developer, and he's articulating requirements. What was the fellow who talked earlier, what was his name? The guy,
Jared?
the marketing guy.
Was it Jared?
Jared, yeah. He said, you know, it's not the common, not everybody can interact with the customer and write the code, right? There's a few people that do that, but a lot of times it's a kind of a two-man game, right? So the product specialist is the person who has enough of an understanding of the technology that they can engage with the developer, but they're also representing the company. And that's a very, very important role. It requires a lot of language skills. It requires articulation. It requires communication skills. One thing about coders that historically were not necessarily the best at communicating in English. So, product specialists. Then we have testers, quality assurance. That's a huge part of this world. People with a real eye for detail. And again, when I'm working with someone, I have a lady who I'm working with right now who has an eye for this, and it's like it's a specific type of personality. Some people can feel that this type of a person is somewhat annoying because they're super detail oriented, but that's the kind of person that you want, you know, with, okay, we're about ready to ship this. You put it before that person's eyes and they're like this, that, this, these, over there, and they have a list of 300 things that you may not fix all of them, but so that tester. We also have tech marketing, and then on the straight over here on the other side you have sales, and I would say for the person who's engaged in sales, any amount of knowledge that they have about the thing that they're selling is valuable even if they never code a line of code. So, you know, it's a big industry, and we talk about all the money and the jobs and everything, and that's true, but yes, there's jobs here, but I think you could probably more accurately say there's jobs across this spectrum. So you might just think in more general terms of, hey, based on my personality, my gift mix, my interest level, you know, you may fall here. I've always felt like I kind of fell somewhere here. I was never one of these hardcore guys that you can't pull out of the office because they're just coding all the time. That's why I'm teaching this class. You know, so anyway.